Hey AI art enthusiasts, welcome back to Skill Curve. So today we're going to dive deep into the new Stable Diffusion XL Turbo and discuss about its features, parameters, and all the use cases to generate amazing images out of this fabulous model, alright? And not only that, I'm also going to be telling you the perfect prompt formula through which you can create astonishing images out of this Stable Diffusion XL Turbo. So without further ado, let's just jump right into it. Alright guys, so here is the workflow of our Stable Diffusion XL Turbo with the help of Comfy UI. So this is basically, the entire workflow that you'll be needing in order to generate the amazing images that I'll be showing you in this video, right? So first of all, if you go ahead and explore this workflow, so we have the load checkpoint. So over here, this is basically the model Dream Shaper XL version 21. Turbo DPM SDE Safe Net Search. Okay, so this is the model that we're using in Comfy UI for our Stable Diffusion XL Turbo. Then we have 4 or 5 different boxes. So first of all, there's an option of text encode, which is prompt. So over here, you'll be go ahead and typing in your prompt, right? So then we have another very cool option of negative prompt, because now with the help of Stable Diffusion XL Turbo, you can use negative prompt. Like this is a bumper, right? So this significantly limits the model's capability, all right? So then we have the empty landed image. So over here, you can go ahead and adjust the resolution of your image. So now with Stable Diffusion XL Turbo, you can go ahead and generate the amazing 1024 by 1024 images without any problem, right? So then we have the option of case sampler, in which you can see we have different options of parameters that I'll be showing you, like, how exactly they can change your image, from being trash to being a good one, right? So then we have the option of the image output. So straight away, first of all, let's say I'm going with a simple prompt, an old man wearing a hat. And over here, as soon as I will hit this Q prompt, so now you can see the whole working is going on. And similarly, at the end, we got our image of an old man. And if I can go ahead and zoom it a bit. So take a look at this image. This was a really simple prompt, and out of that, it generated the exact image. But we can't be sure like this was the exact old man we're looking for, because we lacked the details in the prompt. So mentioning that, let's just go ahead and first of all discuss like what is the best prompt formula to generate images in Stable Diffusion XL Turbo, right? Like, what are the few elements that we need in order to create the amazing images, all right? All right, so for creating the perfect images in Stable Diffusion XL Turbo, there are a few elements that you need to be mentioning in your prompt. So first of all, there should be a subject, then the action. Action being described what the subject is doing, like, So then we have camera specification. It can be like, DSLR, Fujifilm, or something like that. Then image quality. And then the fifth element should be image characteristic, like, describe any specific characteristic or effects you want in the image, right? And second last, details. And the last element is characters or objects. So yeah, there are in total 7 elements: subject, action, camera specifications, image quality, image characteristic, details, plus characters or objects, okay? So yeah, with the help of this, let's just go ahead and create our perfect prompt out of this prompt formula, all right? So for the first example, following our prompt formula, I'm going to go ahead and type here a bustling cityscape at night, photo taken from a high vintage point, DSLR, ultra quality, sharp focus, tag sharp, DOF, film grain, Nikon D850, crystal clear, 8K US, like everything that was there in the prompt formula, we go ahead and created the prompt out of that, okay? And yeah, if I can go ahead and generate this straight away, there's an option of negative prompt and parameter. We're going to go ahead and discuss that in a moment. Let's go ahead and generate this without the negative prompt and the parameters and see how it looks. So yeah, take a look at this. Yeah, this image doesn't look that good. Why? Because we are still lacking some of the information. We are lacking our negative prompt right over here, which you guys can see we have the option of that. Then we are lacking some of the parameters because we need to fix some parameters in order to keep going with our images, okay? So yeah, with that said, let's just go ahead and discuss what is a negative prompt. So a negative prompt for Stable Diffusion XL is like giving it a description of what you don't want to see in the picture. So previously, in the simple version of Stable Diffusion, we did get our option of negative prompt, but now with the help of the turbo version, you can go ahead and do that. For example, if you're asking for a picture of a happy dog, you should use a negative prompt like no sad dogs. Like as you guys can see right over here. So first of all, a friendly golden retriever playing in a lush, vibrant, spacious, serene, and well-maintained park on a sunny day. And with that, it basically, there's an additional element just beside the front leg of the golden retriever. And you can fix that just by hitting this negative prompt, which is extra legs, unwanted elements, and now your image is all good. And just like that, there's a negative prompt for literally everything. Like if you discuss about human portraits, animes, photorealistic and cinematic style, digital art style, like there's a negative prompt for each and everything, okay? So let's just say if you are not good, if you say like, why I should use negative prompt for each different category, so worry no more, because now we do have a universal negative prompt for Stable Diffusion XL Turbo. And this contains literally everything that could go wrong in your image. So poorly rendered face, like this, you can use it in cinematics, in abstract arts, human portraits, like each and everything, okay? So yeah, now with the negative prompt, we are all set to go. I'm just gonna go ahead and copy this, come to my Stable Diffusion XL Turbo and paste it right over here. And this I'll be using for the entire video. Like how cool is that, right? Okay, so now with this a negative prompt, and if I go ahead and generate the same prompt again and see the output now, I'm gonna go ahead and click on Q prompt. So wow, take a look at this, right? Just with the help of negative prompt, our image has changed drastically. Like take a look at the image now. Now we have lots of lighting, and this looks really, really good, right? So it looks like it is generated from a professional camera. Before, it was not that good, right? All right, so now come the important part, which are the parameters of Stable Diffusion XL Turbo. So yeah, here you can see we have the option of seed, control after generate, steps, CFG, sampler name, scheduler, and denoise, right? So seed right over here, this is used for generating the image. It ensures basically that the image generation process is deterministic, right? So yeah, what I suggest is go ahead and use some kind of a fixed seed, like I use 400 over here. And these numbers, you can literally go ahead and use it for any kind of image, right? So then we have control after generate. So this basically refers to any post-processing or manipulation done after the image has been generated. So this, you can go ahead and use fixed one, decrement, or I suggest let's just go ahead and use the fixed one. So, your images look the same no matter what you're doing. So then there comes a really important parameter, which is steps. So steps basically refer to the number of sampling steps in the image generation process. Like, for Stable Diffusion XL Turbo, it is trained to generate images 1 to 4 steps, right? So yeah, as per my testing, the 4 number in the step really goes well with all kind of images, right? So same goes for CFG. This, you can go ahead and vary just looking at your image, okay? So let's just say for this image, it was 2, right? So if I can go ahead and change that to, let's just say 4, and select OK and Q prompt once again. So now you can see a whole vibe of the image has been changed. Previously, it was looking kind of a grainy or something. Now it's looking really clear. But obviously, the whole portrait of the prompt has really been changed, right? So if I can go ahead and change the CFG to 3 and see how now it looks like. So CFG is basically a variable value, okay? You have to change it according to the images that you're working on. Okay, so for 3, this looks really, really good. So I think for the landscapes and photorealistic type things, 3 CFG goes really well. And sampler name, scheduler, and denoise, these are going to be the same. I have set that at DP, MBP, STE, and scheduler as Keras and denoise as 1, okay? So these were the parameters. Like, they aren't that much as compared to what we used to see in the previous version of Stable Diffusion. But yeah, these are the one. Just we need to go ahead and play with the CFG option while we're generating images throughout this video, okay? All right, so now let's just go ahead and jump to a fun part. We'll be creating some images which will be photorealistic, human portraits, landscapes, 3D renders, abstract arts, anime characters, all of these, just to test out the efficiency and the capability of this tool, right? We'll be doing everything in this tool and we'll be testing out the capability of this one. But before that, I really want to discuss another very cool feature about this turbo version is now you can go ahead and create celebrity images out of that as well, which is really amazing. So let's just go ahead and take this example. I type in my prompt that Dr. Evil, right? Tony Stark, photo of a man working out in a gym looking at the camera. So this, we don't used to see that more often in other AI generators, right? So now with the help of this turbo, you can go ahead and create celebrity images as well. So if I can go ahead and create this image. So here we go. It has created the image of Tony Stark. Like, it looks really, really accurate, just to the point, right? And now you can go ahead and do that just according to, let's just say I put Justin Bieber, right? I would Justin Bieber and hit on Q prompt. So take a look at this image. Wow, this is so much accurate, you guys, right? So yeah, I think with that, the three variable of CFG goes really well as well. And let's just say I change this to Andrew Garfield and I hit on Q prompt. So wow, this is absolutely fantastic. Like I'm really amazed by this cool feature of Stable Diffusion Turbo XL, all right? All right, so now, first of all, let's just go ahead and create some photorealistic images out of Stable Diffusion XL Turbo and see how those looks, right? We'll be playing with parameters as well just to see like which one suits the best for our need, okay? So for the first example, by following our prompt formula, I'm gonna go ahead and type a busy farmer's market on a sunny day, photo taken in eye level, DSLR, ultra quality, sharp focus, and all those details. So I'll be creating a busy farmer's market on a sunny day, okay? And for that, let's just go ahead and go for these parameters and the negative prompt. Obviously, we have the universal one, so it's going to be the same. Let's just go ahead and create this. And another thing, if you want to create more variations of the images, you can go ahead and increase the batch size. So let's just say I increase that to 2. So now I'll be given 2 images out of each prompt. Okay, so let's just go ahead and generate this. So yeah, wow, take a look at this image. So we have a busy farmer's market on a sunny day. And this looks absolutely perfect. And we do have 2 images, as you guys can see right over here. So like, take a look at the quality. Each and everything looks top notch, right? So I think the exposure is a bit too much in this image. So if I can go ahead and drop the value of CFG to 2, let's just see how it looks now with that. Okay, now that looks much, much better, you guys. Like, take a look at this. So now I think everything looks way more realistic as it was before. The exposure is okay. Everything looks really, really good. So yeah, I think for photorealistic images, I suggest you guys to keep the CFG value as 2. And other than that, these images look absolutely perfect, right? Okay, so next, let's just go ahead and create some human portraits out of this Stable Diffusion XL Turbo. And for the first example, I'm going to go ahead and type in a prompt like an elderly man playing chess in the park, looking at his opponent, DSLR camera, and everything that was there in the prompt formula. And for the human portraits, I'm going to go ahead and increase my CFG value to 3. And let's just go ahead and generate this and see how it looks, all right? All right, so here is our result. I'm not sure if I'm liking this that much. I think we can go ahead and decrease the CFG value a bit less. And let's just go ahead and generate this and now see how it looks. Okay, wow, this is amazing, right? So for human portraits, note down, guys, CFG value should be 2. And just like that, an elderly man playing chess in the park, looking at his opponent, DSLR, ultra quality, each and everything is to the point. Like, check out the detail, the cinematic effect, the portrait effect, everything is top notch, right? Let's just go ahead and discuss one more example for human portraits. And this time, I'm going to go ahead and type in my prompt. A woman reading a book in a coffee shop, looking out of the window, and all the details that were there in the prompt. Let's just go ahead and generate and see how it looks. All right, wow, this is absolutely beautiful, you guys, you know? Like, check out the detail, the hair color, the cars in the background, the coffee, the book, everything is top notch, right? All right, so next, let's just go ahead and create some landscapes and see the quality of those in this Stable Diffusion XL Turbo. And I'm pretty sure for landscape, we have to adjust our CFG value once again. So first of all, I'm going to say a serene lake surrounded by mountains during sunrise and all the details. Let's just go ahead and generate this and see whether we need some adjustment in our CFG. Yeah, I think this looks really good. And yeah, let's just go ahead and save this image and explore it a bit more. And if I can go ahead and zoom this. So yeah, I think this looks really, really good, you guys, right? I think with the CFG value as 2, the image turned out really amazing. Like, check out the reflection. Like, this looks absolutely fantastic. Like, I can see tiny rocks underground the water as well. Like, wow, this is top notch, right? Let's just go ahead and create one more example of landscapes just to be a bit sure like this is it for our landscape. So I'm going to say a breathtaking view of waterfall in a lush forest and all the details. Let's just go ahead and Q prompt and see the output. Wow, this is absolutely fantastic. Let me go ahead and save this image and explore it a bit more. So yeah, wow, this is really amazing, you guys. So a breathtaking view of a waterfall in a lush forest, and for that, the image turned out absolutely fantastic. Like check out the trees in the background. Like it didn't disturb a bit of quality, a bit of detail in the image. Like this is really, really accurate, right? All right, so the landscapes were fantastic. Let's just go ahead and discuss how it will do with the 3D renders. Okay, so now this is going to be a bit challenging. So for the first example, I'm going to go ahead and say a futuristic city with flying cars rather in 3D, ultra quality, blah, blah, blah. And for the CFG, I'm going to go ahead and do it same for the first time. Let's just queue prompt and see the output. Yeah, I think the back cars, the quality. All right, so we have some kind of a deformation over here. Let's just adjust the CFG to 3 and see the output now. Okay, yeah, that's it. I'm just going to go ahead and save this image, open it up. So yeah, wow, this is really fantastic, you guys. Now, the image turned out absolutely perfect. We have the buildings, the background, flying cars, each and everything is top-notch, right? So yeah, no doubt, you guys, CFG value should be 3 for your 3D render. Let's just explore one more example for our 3D renders. And in that, I'm going to go ahead and say a detailed 3D render of a futuristic spaceship interior, ultra quality, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm going to go ahead and queue prompt with the same 3 for the CFG value. All right, this looks really good. I'm going to go ahead and save it, open it up. All right, wow, this is absolutely crazy, you guys. Like, I haven't seen this good 3D renders ever before in any AI image generator. So we have a 3D render of futuristic spaceship interior, and this looks mind-blowing for that, okay? Okay, so for the next one, we're going to be generating some abstract arts in Stable Diffusion XL Turbo. So for those, I'm going to go ahead and type in my prompt an abstract art representation of a stormy sea. All right, this will be interesting and all the other details. And for the CFG value, I'm going to go ahead and do it 3 for the first time and see how our image turns out. Okay, interesting. So we have an abstract representation of a stormy sea. It looks okay. It doesn't look that bad, but let me just adjust the CFG value and let me just decrease it or increase it to 4. Okay, let's increase it to 4 and see how it looks, okay? No, 4 is not it. I need to go ahead and decrease it to 2. All right, yeah, so 2 is the value, you guys. So we have the abstract art representation of a stormy sea. So yeah, this looks really, really well for the CFG value too, okay? So yeah, last but not least, I'm going to go ahead and be creating some anime characters in Stable Diffusion XL Turbo and see how those looks, okay? So for the first example, I'm going to go ahead and say Naruto, Uzumaki performing resin gain, anime character, and blah, 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 all the details. Let's just go ahead and do it with the same settings first of all and see whether we have to tweak the settings or not. Yeah, I think it looks really, really great. It took like more that to like not an anime character, but more realistic style. So I think maybe we need to go ahead and adjust the CFG value. I'm going to go ahead and do that, generate this once again. All right, now that's more like it, right? So we have the anime character of Naruto, as you guys are familiar with that, of course. So yeah, for the anime character, this looks really, really amazing. Let's just take one more example and do Goku from Dragon Ball Z, right? Let's see how it turns out. I'm going to go ahead and hit Q prompt. All right, wow. So take a look at this. This is literally amazing, you guys. So we have Goku from Dragon Ball Z performing Kamehameha anime character and all the details. So yeah, this is how you can create amazing anime characters out of your Stable Diffusion XL Turbo, okay? All right, so these were the exploration of different use cases you can use in Stable Diffusion XL Turbo. So before wrapping up, I want to go ahead and share another very cool feature of a Stable Diffusion XL Turbo, which is real-time generation, okay? So what is real-time generation? Real-time generation means like this amazing tool can generate whatever word you are typing in real time. I'm going to show you a demo of that. So if you want to go ahead and access it, you need to go ahead and click on this extra options button, and this will open up few more options of batch count, auto queue. So you need to go ahead and select auto queue, press on queue prompt. So now you guys can see it basically is running in real time, right? So whatever word I'm going to type right in, so let's just say I say a boy. So it will generate that for me in real time. Like take a look at this. Is that generated a boy playing in garden? So I'm not doing anything and it's creating for me in real time. Playing in garden, Like take a look at this with a dog. Check it out. I'm going to say running and it's doing that. And let's just say I say at night. So wow, drastically is basically changing everything. Like let's just say if I remove this night from here and it will change that completely. So wow, this real-time generation in Stable Diffusion XL Turbo is amazing. But obviously, if you have a higher GPU, so this will work very, very accurate, right? So yeah, there you have it, guys. This was the exploration of the new release Stable Diffusion XL Turbo. So we talked about all the parameters, everything that is included in the workflow, and all the use cases that you can generate images out of this amazing tool. So I hope you like this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.